Today's case, the studio secretary murder. Wait a minute. That's not like a fancy title, that's no Maltese Falcon. That's a literal description of what just happened. Presented in a dramatic fashion. You can get away with that in any other profession. Rather than local McDonald's turning around going, a cheese and bacon hamburger with a side of fries. And a banana milkshake. I could go for a banana milkshake actually. Thinking I could always go for a banana milkshake. Didn't pay the fine.
Of course we were looking.
Yeah. That's how they used to take care of people who hop the trains, you know.
Keep a hold of your hat, Counselor. Now is not the time to lose your nerve. It would appear that someone has
But like political strife to kick up the wind, apparently.
Engagement ring. Sound familiar?
Deirdre Muller.
Press the pawnbroker and see what you can find out. The address is 348 South Main Street.
Yeah, it's another old case that is apparently not as closed as we thought it was. Yet no one will listen to Cole.
Then get out to the railroad depot on Santa Fe Avenue. We have another poor unfortunate found this morning beside the railroad. 40-year-old white woman.
40? Right, Jesus Christ. Going back in that direction, are we game?
You're a couple of shingles short of.
Although I gotta say, she didn't look 14. She looked the same generic sort of
Another body.
late 20-ish model that most of the female characters in this game do.
The Emperor may soon have to come to terms with the fact that he's wearing no clothes.
Exactly.
You really want people to hate you, don't you, Cole? Trust me, as someone who is rather well-read himself, I can tell you, you don't want to be dropping those sort of quotes in just general conversation. It never ends well. But yeah, bit of housekeeping to do. As of the time for recording this, I've just started LPing Twilight Princess as well as L.A.Noire. Now, what does this mean, I hear you ask? I hear you cry from the heavens. Or from the back seats, anyway, where it's awfully sticky. Well, basically, it's going to be interesting. I mean, historically, I either do really, really well doing simultaneous LPs, or I crash and burn about halfway through both games. Now, I'm hoping, because I'm at least like 3/4, maybe 2/3 of the way through this game, right? I know it's a fairly lengthy game. I'm pretty certain that I'm getting towards the end. So hopefully what'll happen is I'll finish this game at a bit of a slower pace, and then be able to divert the entirety of my attention over to Twilight Princess. That's the plan anyway. How well it actually works is admittedly another thing entirely. That fold-out rack of pamphlets we just passed reminds me. It seems to be a thing that's sweeping the nation again just lately. The god botherers with their old-fashioned, like I say, fold-out trays full of pamphlets. I assume they're harkening back to a simpler time. You know, a time when people couldn't readily find the answers to all of their questions at the touch of a button, or the flick of a switch. And so we're naturally much more fearful and desperate. But, seriously, pamphlets. Why would you ever try and get people to take you seriously with pamphlets?
I think his name is Felt.
Might as well fax me the details at this point in time. All the relevancy that has.
See him?
Although a lot of people still use fax in business, which I still find bizarre. You can get a much clearer, much more precise image by scanning it and emailing it. Much more reliable too. I don't know if any of you have actually used fax machines. Things are bloody horrendous. You put the thing in, type in the number, hit the send button. It grabs the paper in like it's trying to escape. It's like, no, you fucking, no! What have you done to me?
You can drive.
And of course, when it finishes scanning it, it spits it out like a discarded one-night stand. The paper lies there, shivering and ashamed. The fax machine sits there going,
You've got to admit, this is looking odd.
Anyone can pawn a ring.
kind of what I imagine it'd be like
Along with all of the
someone
other
would be
indicators.
jumped and attacked by sloth.
Hugo Moeller was identified by the school's
It's
ground.
it's not good, you know?
He's our guy.
Witnesses have fingered the wrong guy before,
He ran. for
Ew.
God's sake.
and he always maintained he was set up.
Well, whatever. I think that's pretty much the direction we're leaning in. It's been pretty obvious, but what, 2-3 cases so far? The murders have popped up at the same time as evidence suggesting the previous cases haven't been as well closed as the department would like to believe. I wonder if they do loans here. I've got a feeling. Call it pigeon's instinct. Lots of fans.
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD.
All them hot antiques, I
Rose
imagine.
gold wedding and engagement ring.
David Bremner. Am I gonna get something for this pledge? Gave that bum money, now you guys are gonna leave me short.
How much did you give him?
50 bucks?
Try another number.
20?
Try 10. Feel lucky you're getting it.
I have the rings right here.
You know, since there's evidence in a case, surely we couldn't just, you know, take it. I mean, I was actually kind of surprised that Rusty's being as reasonable as to actually give the guy money, all considered.
Maker's mark. Usually traceable. That one came from Hartfield's Jewelry down on Broadway.
Hartfields. Why do I know that? Wasn't that... Yeah, that was, what's his face? Kalu's jewelry shop, right? Guy from the first case.
Does this mark mean anything?
Hallmark. Gives you an idea of the quality.
Yeah, you say that, but... I don't know. I've just never understood that. Isn't,
You got on the guy who-
carats of gold one of those bizarre things
Goes
where
by
the
the
number
name
that's
of
lower is
Percy
better,
Shaw.
or am I completely misremembering that?
15 Poland Street, London, Tulare County.
Can you give us a description of the man who pawned these rings?
Not sure. Medium height, medium build, dark hair, I think. Sorry. He just had one of those forgettable faces.
We'll be in touch, Mr. Bremner.
Damn white boys. They all look alike. Ooh, no, Cole, leave the rings alone. You're not taking the jewelry with you. Apparently. Although we paid money for it, so... And it's evidence, I don't know why we're leaving it, but... Whatever, I guess. Any clues, any additional things? No? No men in long trench coats coming to beat up the pawn shop owner? Ain't that a shame? I know at least one person's going to get that. Screw it, I'm going to go look for another car. I mean, the first time I ran around looking for cars was just so I could do housekeeping stuff and explain how things are going to be going from now on. I can actually go into the cinema, I wonder.
Mister, I was so tight I couldn't walk.
Nope. There is an invisible wall. Colbart is not allowed in the cinema. His secretary interferes with the projection. Starts broadcasting his thoughts instead. And they're all about electrical appliance manuals. Fold-outs of the diagrams, you know. Burr circuits. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway. Yeah, let's find another car. Don't particularly care what type of car it's mean, just... I want to keep unlocking things, so you get little bits of experience for unlocking new cars. I think I've ever had one of these before. Ugly as sin, but I'll take it.
Go over the case notes.
And where exactly are we going?
We're going to find the murderer.
The guy that was pretending to be dead?
Well, eventually. First things first. In fact, where are you, Rusty? You're not even on the map. But I could still hear you just fine. That's great. That Bluetooth, you know. Chevrolet. I have no familiarity with that particular brand. There we go. Nice of you to join me there, Rusty.
We have a problem.
Cole was just chilling in his
Should
car.
have the local troopers check out the Tulare County address.
The address is bogus. Herb is having fun with us. The guy who's been sending the
little
Dahlia letters
swine.
is also the guy who pawned these rings.
How do you figure that?
Percy Bysshe Shelley wrote the poem that came with the Dahlia letter. If the Dahlia letters are genuine, then the man who killed Elizabeth Short may have also killed Deirdre Mullen.
Bum, bum, bum.
How do we prove that, though?
Cosplay Travis.
Skipper ain't gonna like this one bit.
We're gonna have to rely on this guy tripping up on his own vanity.
That's generally the way most serial killers get caught. They eventually get bored of waiting for the police to catch up. Start deliberately adding cock-ups to their work. I say work with massive quotation marks around it, of course. How did we stop to change car on the way? Nice.
You boys ready? Follow me.
Pre-rendered cutscene is pre-rendered.
We should keep this development.
No, my car has actually changed, okay. Let's do the cops have got the priorities straight.
Chain of command, Phelps. The skipper will decide who needs to know. Got it?
I get it, Rusty. I just don't like it.
Ah, fun times. Fun times. You know, not for her, obviously. Again, the camera angle just happens to go straight up her skirt.
Yeah.
Good job,
I look
Rockstar.
after all the rail depots.
What have you got?
The Negro, Nelson Gaines, called it in. I came down here to make sure him and the other guy, Jameson, stuck around.
Jameson found the body.
Something like that. Guy makes me sick.
We'll talk to
Oh.
the coroner. Keep an eye.
Oh no. I already have a vague feeling I know where this is going and I don't like it. I really, really don't like it. So we'll leave that to last, shall we? I'd rather inspect the corpse than speak to that guy right now. I've got a terrible feeling I know exactly where that's going. You know what we get.
We could go over to the lot and see what they know about her.
Wait, what?
That's gonna be difficult, Cole.
Didn't they say she was 14?
Keystone Studio lot closed back in 41.
I wonder if she got a job. What the hell? They say we don't do very thorough identity checks. Dear Evelyn, I hope this letter finds you in a better way than when we last parted. Bitter words were exchanged, you had taken too much liquor, and we both know that makes you... Blah, 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 blah. Heartbroken, seeing my little girl, you're destroying your body and soul with liquor. It's harder for me to watch than you can imagine. Blah, 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 blah. Come home to Connecticut. Seriously, she's a runaway drunk at 14? I know they say girls mature faster than boys, but goddamn. Yes, I know, gamer. Don't see why I should have to do this, but I can clearly read the thing from here.
Maybe someone at Mensch's will remember her.
She even had a regular bar. What the... America, sort your shit out.
This is a chit for personal items, not booze. It's an angle worth investigating.
Alcoholic rooming at a bar. That's probably not good. Actually, no, it's a liquor store, didn't it? So, either way, still not a good plan. Not a good plan at all. Hey, sweater vest. I haven't explained exactly what you're doing here yet.
Stay out of my way and I will stay out of
The
yours.
city keeps tossing
Everybody's
us
happy.
dead bodies.
NPC, shut the fuck up.
We're just running to catch up.
Fucking NPC just blocking the shot as well. I was giving all these goddamn dialogue over the top of what Sweater Vest was trying to say. Found a biscuit. Perhaps someone nearby owns a dog. Or perhaps the killer was a werewolf. Captain McIrish did refer to him as like the Wolfman or something right at the beginning of this spree of killings, didn't he? That was his little name for the Dahlia. Interesting. Somebody find me Anthony Hopkins. You ask him some stiff questions. All Rusty was actually going to find a clue there, but apparently not. You know, it's been ages since I found a clue outside of the main crime scene, hasn't it? Kind of disappointed by that in a way.
The smell?
Very good. There is the usual evacuation smell, but it appears
Meaning she
she's been
shat
with her
herself
for
upon
quite
death.
some time.
As we all do.
Very strong
Death is the great equalizer in that regard.
The autopsy will tell, but I would assume that she was inebriated.
No, I wasn't. Sorry, that was uncalled for. Yeah, missing ring.
Another missing ring.
Certainly seems I've been swabbing a lot of bare fingers recently.
All the nails are smashed as well.
More exact about the time.
Interesting.
No later than 2 a.m. The state the body was in.
And yet all the nails on this hand are in perfect array. The hell's that about? So she died sometime around midnight, is what he was trying to say there, you know, before I talked completely over the top of all of it. So, homeless, runaway drunkard.
What have we got
Classy.
here?
White female, approximately 40 years of age. Lipstick smudges on the face, but no writing, at least nothing legible. A blunt force trauma to the temple, nose, and eye regions. Ligature marks point to the probable cause of death being strangulation.
Any idea of the time of death?
From her temperature, after midnight would be my guess.
Kill. Okay. Seeing the pattern once again. It's not good. It's not good. Alright, you found the body, right?
Detective
Well, you found the guy who
Phelps,
found the body.
Homicide. Can you tell me exactly what happened?
We were shunting cars over to the main line when I saw this man here lying on top of this woman. The woman wasn't moving and seemed to be in a bad way.
What time was this?
That's one way of
About
describing
7:30
dead.
This morning, sir.
Thanks for your help. Have you given Patrolman Hart your details?
I have, sir.
Thank you. You can go now.
Dear. One of those, is it, Jameson?
Can you give me a hand? I got a hard case I need to break.
Let's ask some questions about you and your corpse bride, shall we?
Phelps, LAPD homicide. John Ferdinand Jameson. We need you to answer some questions, John. If you don't mind, I prefer Ferdinand.
Don't push your luck, knucklehead.
What were you doing to the body, Ferdinand?
Do we have to
Sure
ask?
you won't be upset?
Try me
This
first.
isn't going to end well.
I was kissing her. It's not against the law.
Shut up.
There's no
Take
law
your
against
beating
it.
like a man.
Turn out your
I'm pretty sure
pockets,
necrophilia
Ferdinand.
is against the law. That's one of the really, really old laws about disturbing the dead. Or being disturbing with the dead in this case. Exact same lipstick brand as all the other Dahlia murders. Tempting to call it now and start calling them the Dahlia murders, because it's pretty obvious that's where the game's going.
No. I found it near her purse. I thought she could use some lipstick.
Rusty, stop. Don't hit him.
Well, at least he dolled up the corpse first.
Through her purse.
It wasn't like she needed it. I took a look.
Of all the directions I expected this game to take, necrophilia was not one of them. God damn it, Jameson.
Did you take any money?
Wasn't any to take. I found her lipstick in her matchbook over on the mat. Not much else.
Implying you would have stolen
Found
from
the body?
this woman as well as molesting
Yes,
her
I
corpse
did.
then.
I work here. I was coming off shift and headed home.
Bullshit. Bullshit detector maximum.
Jameson, do you know how this is going to look to a jury?
A jury? What gives? I could tell that she was dead. I came through here about midnight last night. She wasn't here then.
Let me belt him again.
You're under arrest, Jameson. We'll see how this plays out. Until then, you can think a little on how you'd like to be treated if you were found dead.
I'm telling you, it's not.
I think we
illegal.
know exactly how he would like to be
Friends
treated.
of mine-
Clyde, you get this sack of shit into a cell. I'll deal with him later.
Sure, Rusty.
Ah, it's a strange world after all. Anyway. Anything else from you, Mr. Coroner Man, or can I take my telephone call and...
Later, Phelps.
Yeah, which sums up my thoughts on it as well. Actually, if we could talk about it never, that'd be amazing. Right, telephone. Ah, telephone. Slightly harder to see in black and white. There's no colour contrast, just looking for that blinking light.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need an address on Levine's Liquor. Closest store to the Santa Fe Avenue rail yard, if possible.
Just a moment, Detective. Closest store would be the one at 939 South Hope Street.
Thanks.
God damn, she's fast. What if her last name's Google? Okay. Coletta Google. Probably
You're behind
German.
the wheel.
Where are we headed?
Yeah, why not? Check out the bar first. Might as well do things sequentially for a change. There's been absolutely no benefit to going out of sequence so far that I've noticed.
Read that those goddamn Chinese want to sell the relief food that we're sending them.
Yeah, I read about that.
Those people are starving. They can't do that.
Want to sell the food to fund the civil war against the communists.
Really? Guess that's okay then.
Armies can't fight without food. You spend all your money on weapons, but you still have to have the will to fight.
Yeah.
Fortunately, the Reds will win in China.
Can't eat a bullet. Well,
Watch your
not more than
mouth.
once anyway.
You know what you're saying?
The people of this country overthrew a king. You think the Chinese will balk at an emperor if they are starving?
What's the first rule, isn't it? Deprive any civilization of food or free meals, anarchy ensues. Burning books, toppling governments, all sorts of crazy shit. You don't fuck with a man's right to have a decent nosh. You just don't.
Phelps, Galloway, homicide. We need to ask you some questions concerning Evelyn Summers.
I'm Walter Mensch. Evelyn Summers? What is it now?
You knew Evelyn?
As well as I wanted to know Evelyn. She's a pain in the ass, always coming in here, cadging drinks, never had any money. She was in just a couple of nights ago.
Did she ever tell you where she
You
was
regularly let
staying?
homeless people wander underage homeless people like that wander into your bar?
She had that kind of stunk about her.
Who did she drink with?
A bunch of these guys. Ask around.
Yeah, and how hard up do you have to be to buy a homeless gal a drink? You look like the sort. Yeah, you look like a delinquent to me.
You a friend of Evelyn Summers?
Who's asking?
Very cute. You know who's asking.
I know my rights.
You don't have any. Answer the question.
Evelyn mooches for drinks. I don't have any time for that.
Was that so hard?
Keep writing me, copper.
You know, I think it's something very similar. Rusty, bring me the Bible.
What's your name?
Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Are you wearing an ascot, McCaffrey?
Mr. McCaffrey?
I'm just a starving writer, detective. What do you want to ask about?
Evelyn Summers?
Must be strange urge to punch.
And strangled in the rail depot
By the way,
on
Cole,
Santa Fe.
sweetie, your indoor voice, Cole. Use your indoor voice.
How well did you know her?
There you go.
I can't say that I knew her. It was more like I was aware of her.
Did you see
Colbot's
Evelyn
volume
last
settings got
night?
trapped a bit too high there.
I was at home. Writing.
What is this happy horse shit? You lie. What makes you lie?
Do you want to get dragged into this, McCaffrey? Do you want us to get interested in you?
She hung out with this powder puff, James Tiernan. They haunted the public library together.
How well do you know James Tiernan?
I know he works some kind of plebeian job at Rawlings Bowling Alley.
Rawlings. I know that place. Corner of 9th and Grand.
Of course you do.
Cops bowl there on Tuesday nights.
I keep noticing that. Every time and again, they'll turn their heads, but their eyes will stay looking straight
Nothing
forward.
serious.
If they've taken a shot of the actor looking straight ahead and just turned the head on the character model. It looks so daft. Yeah, I'm gonna assume bullshit. Because, you know, your mouth's open.
You want to save me some time? Or
And
do
you're
you
wearing
want
a
to look up your
cravat.
file?
Industrial disputes, strikes, workers' rights, that kind of thing.
A regular fifth columnist. Nice to meet you, comrade.
Thank you for the information.
Yeah, workers' rights is not equal socialism. Never understood that particular stance. Yeah, never mind. Let's not get into politics on this. I mean, there's plenty bouncing around in this game, but let's just not. It's not going to end well. Yeah, can't check out the toilets. God, how am I supposed to pee in one of them then? I mean, Colbot wouldn't, of course, but, you know, it's like a tradition of my games. If there's a toilet available, I have to have the character used at least once. It's a tradition. Can I go upstairs? No. No, I cannot. Yeah? Cool. Round the stool. There we go. We'll get outside. One hell of a fancy car. Nice. Although she was living rough. She left everything behind out here, perhaps. She seems to like this bar. Anything hidden in the dumpster? Nope. The crates. Also, that's not a stairway. Oh. Anything in these dumpsters? Nope. And no. Okay. Guess I'm just swiping the car and leaving then. I mean, it's better than the car I came in, so I have to take it, pretty much, by definition.
Can you drive to this one?
Wait, what?
Where exactly are we going?
Why is the bar still accessible as a location? It's supposed to be crossed out once you find everything, isn't it? Okay, so clearly I'm missing something then. Okay. Can I talk to you?
The regulars might have something else to tell you, but I don't.
How about you? You got anything else to say now I've talked to McCaffrey?
I'll break your fucking jaw.
You know what? Bring it. Try it. I fucking dare you. If only I could pull out my gun or enter fighting stance outside of pre-scripted sequences. I'd show you a magic trick. Anyone got a pencil? How about you? Can I talk to you anymore? No?
If you don't mind, I'm trying to grasp a very elusive thought.
Difficulty thinking, huh? It's that ascot. Cutting off the supply of blood to your brain. And of course, as your brain shrinks, the portion of the brain that makes you an asshole swells, and Well, it all ends up pretty bad. Cole? Cole, what are you... Jesus! What the... What? What is happening? Fuck are you doing, Cole? The kind of shit you used to do as a kid when you're pretending to drive a car. Well, yeah, apparently I can go through solid objects. Cole was dead all along, and that's the twist. L.A.Noire, brought to you by M. Night Shyamalan. Well, after all this time, we found a new button. Apparently triangle makes me sit down. Oh my god, that's amazing. There's a hell of a way to end an episode. Actually, I'm going to take a pause here and then go get food, drink, etc, etc.
Where are we headed?
Perhaps grab a quick shower even. Depending on how the mood takes me. Jesus fucking Christ, Cole. Still no idea why the bar is still
What did you
highlighted.
make of McCaffrey?
Nothing else I could
There'll
find.
come a day, and it's coming very soon. We'll run him and the rest of his pinko buddies out of Los Angeles.
Samantha's a suspect, Rusty.